yeah, that it's yeah, you're not going to see, there are only so many Paul Skeens
Yeah, yeah.
who just come in and
And
dominate right away. But yeah,
those guys were, they were picked with an eye towards the
We think
future.
too much and feel too little.
Gus German here wants to adopt the country. Oblige him.
Nobody can hold that one.
What they put in your kibble this morning?
Yo, Adrian, let me rock you.
Why do you suppose I just hurled a chair at your head, Neiman?
Why so serious?
This is the guy behind the guy behind the guy.
When you want to talk sports, you ask folks who have seen it all up close. So on The Al Travis Show, we go with the guys at the end of the bench. Time to talk all things sports.
We've got them, John and Dan, the guys at the end of the bench. Gentlemen, we're just a couple of weeks away. 2 weeks away. And we'll be able to dissect every play for an NFL game and have fun discussing. Very excited. John, how's the fair? That's where we last left you.
The fair was very fairy, if that makes sense.
It was hot, I bet.
Got to wander around the animal barns, see some great looking horses, and the biggest rabbit I've ever seen. I didn't know they got that big. It was almost something like Watership Down coming alive.
Reference, okay.
Saw some precious little piglets, very, very cute. So,
and Dan, how's play practice going?
good, excellent. We're having fun. So finished up our first week, and we're having a lot of fun. The music is sounding fantastic. So
this is an indoor one, right? I know you're often doing this out under the stars, but this is an indoor play.
Yep.
Okay, we'll
this
talk
is
more.
Indoor. It'll be at the Gremlin Theater in St. Paul. So yeah.
So Friday night. Friday night was the last preseason game with your Minnesota Vikings. JJ wasn't going to play. Jefferson wasn't going to play. It was like there was really no reason to watch. Then I went to a friend's place, had a cocktail, and it was on. Now, I'd missed the first couple of series or whatever, but it was background noise at best. I read some of the stuff, and again, my guy Max Brosmer, thank you, Gophers, he's playing against third and fourth stringers, so I don't know that you get like a thing, but he really made a case for himself. I don't know if you all caught this, and this is what I want to ask you. The three quarterbacks the Star Trib is saying are going to make it through because they have to get to 53 by Tuesday at 3 o'clock.
Mm-hmm.
J.J. McCarthy, no shocker. Who had Carl Wentz on their bingo card? The Minnesota Vikings traded out that Howell to the Philadelphia Eagles and signed Carson Wentz as our second. And Max Brober makes it into three, slides into third safe, and goodbye, Ripon. I'm kind of actually happy with this. I didn't see Wentz coming. Your thoughts on it, Dan?
Yeah, absolutely. I did not see Wentz coming. Obviously, they see something that that the rest of us don't in Carson Wentz at this point. But at the same time, I think they were really interested in having somebody who had more experience. Howell was a guy that doesn't have the level of experience as to be a backup. So you don't want to throw JJ out there with no veteran quarterback there to mentor him and back him up. But Max, I'm so excited. I was hearing all along that Brosmer was a very likely that he was really O'Connell was very excited about him. That he was all giddy about the steal of the draft, and or steal of the non-draft.
Yeah. John, let me ask you this. This is supposed to be such a complex offense, yada, yada. Carson Wentz now comes in at the second spot, knows nothing about the offense, nothing about the playbook. Is that a smooth move? At least the Howell, with some experience, has 6, 8, 10 weeks under his belt. Your thoughts?
Well, first of all, I think Wentz is a good move for some of the reasons Dan said. He's a guy that's been around. He's got good experience. He might not know the playbook, but he's somebody that can catch up on it. But I'm sure the reason they brought him in is to be a mentor to JJ.
Okay.
To just have this steadying presence, a guy who will have gone through all the stuff that JJ will be going through and can say, okay, when you get a play like this, here's what you do, or here's what a defense is going to do to you in a situation like this. Those things, just to when O'Connell's managing the game, Wentz can be that other guy that is sort of giving him tips. And I can't be more than ecstatic for Max. So cool.
It's so Minnesota, right? We just want the root. He's a Minnesota kid. He's not a kid. He played like 7 years for the Gophers. I don't know how, between COVID and redshirting. I mean, the guy was there forever. He's not necessarily a kid, but he's us. Little understaffed, right? A little smaller than you want to be. Not quite the hands and all the rest, but he's gritty. He just wants to play football. And I don't want to see J.J. McCarthy get hurt, but I would like us to be so far ahead. We see a little Max in a football game. Wouldn't you just love that? The crowd would go nuts.
They were pretty complimentary of his passing, so that would be kind of cool.
Yeah.
All right.
The only thing I would say about the Wentz pickup, one last thing, is they could have done this 6 weeks ago. They knew the players they had. They so if they need a veteran mentor. But yeah.
See, Dan, you call that out just as I'm all happy, but you're absolutely correct. Back to now, you got a guy who hasn't seen the playbook, and he's going to be starting. He's got 2 weeks to catch up. On the other side of the coin, on the receivers end, of course, you got Justin Jefferson. He's great. Naylor's our third. Addison would be second, but Addison's out for 3 weeks. Naylor is week to week now with a hand injury. The internet, which is a great source of information, by the way, says that we are working with Carolina and the Panthers to try to make a deal for Adam Thielen. $6 million. Now you got to play a little with how much we pick up. I would love to see Adam Thielen back in a Viking outfit. Now, he's not the Adam Thielen of old. He's older. He's a little less tread on the tires, but we know who he is. He runs a good pass. He'll give you the catch when you need the catch. Who here would not love Adam Thielen being in? I don't care. Kick Lucky Jackson or Ty Felton or Miles Price or any of these other guys I've never heard of. Sorry, I want Adam. Tell me I'm wrong, John. I want Adam.
Well, I think he could be good in the way that Aaron Jones came from the Packers, right? And he's just a solid workhorse type guy. He's probably not going to be the flashiest player, but very reliable. I just don't know about the money. But, if they can work out something where maybe it's some full of deferments or full of incentives, let's say, if he reaches certain levels, more money kicks in, maybe something can happen. I mean, the Vikings are a good team to want to come to and play for.
I can't take you anymore, John. The money. It's the Twins, it's the money. The Vikings, it's money. Other teams spend the money. Spend the money, Wolves.
It's pro sports.
You'll send spells. You'll get $6 million in sold Thielen shirts, or at least old shirts pulled out of the locker so you can wear them again. Come on, Dan. Let's not let money be our problem.
Well, except the NFL has this thing called the salary cap.
Then you pay a tax. You put a tax on the tax.
But yeah, no, I mean, I do think $6 million is a little bit much to pay for the nostalgia of Thielen, but I do not doubt at all that he is a great guy to have to be able to bring in. If you take the money factor out entirely, which we should, we're fans, we should.
Yeah, it's not my money.
Yeah, it's not my money. Yeah, it's Thielen is Thielen is a great pickup. Now, I don't think. I still think players like Lucky Jackson and that I actually feel pretty good about Lucky, I should say. But
who names their kid Lucky? All right, sorry.
But we need the veteran. We need a veteran presence there, just like at QB. We need a veteran presence.
Yeah. I'm just sitting here, so that you look through this roster, JJ, young kid we're all hoping for, but then you get Adam Thielen, you got Harrison Smith, who's taking less money because he wants to end his career here, and these guys did this, and then you put Max Brosma on the field. It's just the Minnesota team then, right? I mean, it's just, there's nowhere you look like, I don't want him to, Andrew Van Ginkel, he's one of us now. We're just building am I nuts here? Okay, you guys are laughing at me. I'm sorry, I've got my Viking game on. I am so jacked up to have something to root for. Am I wrong?
Well, there's no one that's complaining about the lack of discotheques.
Well, we'll see how that goes. John,
that's for those for the youngsters in the crowd. That is a way back machine reference, but this is
discotheques. We living up here in the hinterland. We've got to go to break. We'll come back. We'll talk some things that aren't quite as pleasant. We'll talk Minnesota Twins after this. The guys at the end of the bench.
Tired of one-sided media and divisive noise drowning out your conservative values? Take back the conversation with Braver Angels. Join a grassroots movement to restore civility and find common ground without compromising your principles. As a conservative, your voice matters. Share your perspective on issues like immigration and public health in Red Blue workshops and help rebuild trust in our great nation. Be a leader in depolarizing America. Sign up for free at mn.braverangels.org. Braver Angels, where conservatives, liberals, and independents unite for a stronger republic.
Achieving your financial goals requires individual planning and a comprehensive approach. At Midwest Money Management, our mission is to provide you with the knowledge, tools, and confidence to feel comfortable financially today and secure about tomorrow. Learn more at MidwestMoneyManagement.com. That's MidwestMoneyManagement.com.
Securities offered through JW Cole Financial Inc., member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory services offered through JW Cole Advisors Inc., Midwest Money Management, and JW Cole Financial Inc. and JW Cole Advisors Inc. are unaffiliated entities.
It's nice to know a guy that knows a guy. Al Travis.
We've got them, the guys at the end of the bench, John and Dan on the program. This isn't going to be fun, to be quite frank. Quoting damn Yankees, say it isn't so, Joe. Your Minnesota Twins, currently looking at just the American League, there is one team with a worse record than us. That would be the Chicago White Sox, who, by the way, just took 2 out of 3 against us.
Yeah. Yeah.
The silence is like, there is nothing to say. You know what? You need pitching in the majors, right? Isn't that a thing you people talk about?
Yeah.
You decimate the pitching. Take a listen. This is 8, 7, 7, 8, 2, 6. Those are what the other teams have scored against us in whatever that is, the last 6 games. Who's pitching?
And
nobody. I'm sorry.
And who's hitting too? That's
that's a good one. Us 0, 3. We did have 9. 3, 2, and 3. Yeah, you're absolutely correct.
I now 3, but no, you obviously 3 runs should at least have you competitive in most games, but
not with no pitching.
But no pitching is that's I am the one thing I am most upset about right now with all the Twins crud going on is that they're so bad they're gonna make me have to start paying attention to the Vikings week 1. I usually have enough baseball to carry me over for the first half of the football season, and it's so. Damn them! Dang them! Sorry.
Let me ask you this, John. We had sat here for the start of the season. If you could be about 500 ball, you're going to have a shot. And you look in this, you'd be in second. You'd be a couple games out of getting into the playoffs. We were in that spot when we decimated the team. You tell me, we are, 130 games in. So there are 32 games to go. Can the White Sox catch us? They're 12 games behind. No, Dan, we couldn't lose that many ball games, Dan? Really? We just lost 2 out of 3.
I wouldn't let John respond first, but I just have my non-verbal.
Can we be the worst of the American League after sitting right there in the middle until trade deadline?
No, we're not that bad.
What do you mean we're not that bad? The worst team in the American League, 47-83, beat us 2 out of 3. It wasn't close.
I know. We are putting up AAA pitching in the major leagues right now to get these guys experience, and to see what they got and to build for the future. That's what it's about. The future is very, very cloudy, so I'm not going to make predictions on that. But that's the plan. But we are not going to suffer a collapse here in September that is going to put us behind the White Sox. That would go down as one of the most phenomenal collapses in all of sports if that happened. And that just
John says we're sending AAA pitchers there to get them some experience. The experience of watching the ball fly over the wall is what? Wing!
Yes. Yeah. Like
Get used to that, jerking your head back.
Making sure their necks are stretched out ahead of time. But that's important for the major leagues. But no, I did do the math the other day about could they get caught by the White Sox when there were 34 games remaining. If the White Sox went 500, 17-17 for the remaining 34 games, the Twins could win. If they just won 4 games, they would stay on ahead of the White Sox.
You actually did the calculation, Dave.
God
the whole
love Dan.
way, yeah.
God love Dan. So that's our magic number with the Sox is 4. Okay, we'll keep that in mind.
Yeah.
Other top prospect, Walker Jenkins has moved up to AAA ball. Real good player. You know why? Because all the Dublin AAA guys are up here playing.
Exactly.
Bob's kid from 12th grade is playing in the A League. I mean, good God.
Connor Prelip too is a good lefty, but he also got this promoted. So yeah.
All right. 2 are the Eagles lost in Apple Valley. I don't know if you got this. You probably haven't. So this osprey laid eggs on the top of the lights at Apple Valley at their football stadium.
Yeah.
And evidently that's like this remarkable bird, so they can't turn it on because it would kill the eagle eggs or the osprey eggs. So the Apple Valley team has to play during the day. Osprey 1, Eagles 0. I don't know if you saw that day. It's hilarious. Anyway, last thing. Cal Raleigh, 49 home runs for catcher. That kid is on fire. And our last thing, got to talk a little bit about the Lynx. Collier came back.
Yes.
Wow. Lynx over Fever, 97-84. We're down by 8 with a couple minutes to play in the half, and then she just lit it up.
Scored 32 points coming back from an injury. 32 points. That's your MVP.
I think she plays good basketball. So. I know it's kind of a it's
don't
kind
put
of
yourself out there,
out
Dan.
There take, but I think she's a good. Yeah,
you get nothing but great takes here. Twins stink. Collier good, and the Osprey wins. See what you get here on the morning show.
Cal Raleigh though, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you know his nickname, of course, right?
No, I don't. What?
Big Dumper.
It is not.
One of the best nicknames out. No, that's a self-provided nickname. Apparently, he's been called
the
that
Big
since high
Dumper.
School. Big Dumper. Yeah.
Oh, wow,
because of the obvious reasons, because of his large.
He has a high fiber diet.
Yeah, his large posterior is the.
Well, I'll be darned. I did not know that. All right, we got to fly. Out of time. Dan, John, appreciate you guys a ton. Catch you guys on Friday. Fair enough.
All right.
See ya.
They are the guys at the end of the bench on the Al Travis Show.
This year, the adventure is called